Hi,
Hi.
here you are. We were having a lot of trouble. Elaine and I've been trying to figure this out. I don't know. It's one of those directions that are not very clear.
For how to host the meeting. you
How
mean?
to host it, yeah.
Yeah, I've never hosted.
Hold on a second, I'm talking to Grace. Hold on. a
Okay,
second.
we're on.
I know, hold on, hold on. So what were you saying, Grace?
Okay, so I just sent into the chat message, I just told BZ she needs to log into the meeting host account, not her account.
All right, we'll have to figure this out. I'm not sure.
Did you see the chat that Grace just sent you?
I can go down. It's on the bottom, right?
It says you need to log into the meeting host account. What's the meeting host account?
Yeah, I don't know where do you find that?
BZ, I sent you. Okay, just a sec.
You sent me the link and I went to that and I went to log on and it wouldn't accept me as a host.
Yes.
So I was probably doing something wrong. I'm sure of that. I need like a tutorial
Yeah.
on how to be a host.
So who's the host now?
Me, I am.
Okay,
My
so,
computer doesn't have any audio, so I can't actually host meetings on this computer.
okay, so why don't you just let, you can let,
Email BZ to log in and accept it.
you can email it to her, or you can just change the host. You can just change it on your computer. Just change who the host is.
I have to do that or Grace? Who are you talking to?
I just did it.
I'm talking to
Grace
Grace.
has to do it. Yeah,
Okay. You're
the host could.
Okay, BZ, you're the host now.
Oh, great. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
So
Thank
is,
you.
are we expecting Barbara or Christine?
Yes, I'm going to call Christine. She couldn't get on right now because her daughter's school liaison called and she called to say she'd have to wait till she got off the phone with her.
Okay. How about Barbara?
Let me check in with her. She knew that she was supposed to be on this. So let me send her a quick text.
It sort of goes with the beautiful day we're having to be
Yeah.
having trouble with.
Okay, I just sent her a text to say that she needs to come on. Let me turn it-
I can get out of this chat, I think, right? I can just do that.
Yeah, you just close it.
Yeah, okay. Does the chat always open?
It can be, yep. So what you'll see is you can see it along the side and, oh, Barbara's just coming. She forgot.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And Christine will join us when she can.
Okay. She knows about it though, so it's just
Yes.
up.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. She called me. She was upset because just as the meeting was supposed to start, her daughter's liaison called and she said,
Okay.
I have to let her talk to her, so.
So I'm gonna type and you guys will just see me typing.
So you went black there. You went dark.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Huh. I'm still, I didn't turn my camera off, but I'm in, the typing thing. So
Oh.
you're calling the meeting to order at 3:12, yes?
Yeah, do we want to wait till Barbara gets here to actually?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
She should be here any second. Yep.
Oh, accept her. I see. Oh, I have to accept her. Oh, that's what the host does. Wow.
Yeah. People Zoom meet.
Power.
I like the power of that. No, I don't want you to come to the meeting. That's very
Because
good.
people Zoom bomb meetings.
Have you ever been in a meeting that happened?
It hasn't happened to me, but like I have a college kid. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Their
Yeah.
meetings disrupted. Okay, so.
All right, so there's Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, sorry, I lost track of time.
That's okay. We've been having technical difficulties, so you wouldn't have missed much. You'd miss us trying to figure out how to, host.
Not have technical difficulties?
Yes.
Okay, great. So can we approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes, that looked good.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Mhm.
Okay, so then the update meeting notes to town website. What is that? Oh, that just means when I send them to Grace, right?
Yes. Now, have
Yeah.
you, that was my question, because I got an email from her about whether we could forward our meeting notes to her, and I thought you were doing that all along.
I do. As soon as we approve them, I send them to her.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And so it was weird. It was like all of our meetings. It was like, I was like, no,
Mhm.
Christine does that. So I'll talk to Grace about that, why she,
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe she's not recognizing because it's coming from me, but what I'll do is I'll resend her all the minutes from meetings that we've had since she's been in the position.
okay, that's,
And then, yeah, and hopefully, yeah, and it's true, because I was just thinking she doesn't acknowledge receiving them. Whereas, Susie would always acknowledge it and then I could cross it off my list. So,
right.
yeah, I'm going to say that to her, that if she would just to send a quick acknowledgement, just okay, whatever. And
Yes.
if I don't get that, then I won't assume she received them.
Okay, that's good.
Good idea.
Then
Okay.
I won't get a all bold, bright red note across the top. Send the meeting notes, like we were some, high national security.
Yeah, well, we have to hide what goes on in these meetings.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Okay, so discuss garden project.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Now, Elaine, you were the ones people were going to contact, the thing that went out in the
Yeah,
town
nobody
newsletter.
contacted me.
No,
Nobody got in touch, but we did get 12 responses.
oh my
good.
God, we did?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm
Yeah, we got
shocked.
12 people, nine that are interested.
Wow.
Wow.
Although all 12 answered all the questions. 9 said yes, but 3 said unsure. So they all
Unsure.
answered the question.
But if they answered all the questions, maybe they really are interested.
Yeah.
They're unsure. They're unsure.
Uh-huh.
So
9 would be perfect.
for location, 6 people said behind town hall, 2 said the school, and 2 said lot 032. Nobody wanted behind the fire station.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry, 6 behind, I just want to record this, 6 behind town hall.
6 behind town hall, 2 behind the school,
Okay,
and 2 on lot 032.
okay.
With the caveat that one person, Elizabeth Fernandez O'Brien, would like us to have a broader vision involving DCR and Lake Wyola land,
Right.
so that we can have it with people who live around the lake and also people who are food insecure coming up from Holyoke and Springfield.
Right.
Okay.
That's a bigger project, and she knows that,
Right.
but she just wanted to put that in there.
Okay. Was she interested in a garden plot?
Yeah.
She
9
lives
said,
right next to there, so that would be convenient for her.
Yeah.
So
9 said that they wanted all organic, and 3 said that they were unsure.
mhm.
10 said that yes, they would pay the sliding scale fee if there was one. 2 were unsure. 11 said that they would participate. Tell me if I'm going too fast, Christine.
Okay, I'll let you know if you need to repeat something.
Okay, 11 said that they would participate in work. 1 was unsure. And they all said that they would be willing to be flexible on where it was.
Wow, that's great. What a great response.
Yeah, 12 people.
Yeah.
So we have enough. We do have to send in, I'm gonna check right now what our, hold on, that was the other thing I was going to look up was what the committee, the Community Preservation Committee, let's see. Proposals. We've got submission of the determination of eligibility form. That's the proposal form. There's forms on the Community Preservation website, and it's one of them is the determination of eligibility form, which basically just tells them what we want and what the project is, and that is due December 4th, and the full proposal is due February 1st.
So the first thing we have to do is submit an eligibility form to see if we should even go further, like.
This is the determination of eligibility form.
Yeah, so
what-
that's good. So they would tell us whether we are actually.
Yep.
Okay, so before you fill out a whole nother set of
Before
forms.
you fill out the whole thing. So let me see. I think I can pull that up.
And you're on this committee, right?
Yes, and it meets tonight.
And can you tell them that there's a group interested, or?
Well, I mean, it's community preservation. Hold on, I'm just pulling up the form.
I'm going to need to revisit a couple of things that you said, Elaine, just to make sure I got it right. I think I did.
Okay,
Just let me know whenever works.
go ahead.
Okay, so you said 6 people were interested in having it behind Town Hall,
Yep.
2 behind the school, 2 behind lot 032. And
Yep.
and what was the other number?
It's 032, not 032.
032. Okay.
Mhm.
What was, but that is 8. Was there somebody else or?
No, that's 10.
Oh, right. Sorry, that's 10. Oh, I see. Okay. And so
and
2 people just didn't say anything then.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
right. Okay,
So we can presume they didn't care.
right.
Right.
Okay. That's all.
All right, so let me see. I'm looking for their
So it's December 4th is the deadline for the eligibility form?
yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And the application and approval process, page 13. Page 14. Hold on, let me get to page 14 and I'll read you what kind of things we need to do. Page 14. Okay. The application project, the determination of eligibility. The purpose of this document is to briefly summarize your proposal so it can determine whether the project's eligible and to offer guidance. Okay, so we need to submit the form no later than December 4th.
And is that an online form?
That's a good question. I'm looking for it. Electronic version of the application, but it doesn't, The CPC will allow eligible use chart in determining, see chart 1, page 4. Chart 1, page 4, okay. You know, you're going back and forth on this. I know there is definitely a form because I've seen it. I've seen people using it. Let's see, for recreation, okay, this is what they're talking about. For recreation, you can use the funds to acquire, to create, to preserve, to rehabilitate and restore.
Say that again?
You can use the funds, the recreation, eligible, because we come under recreation. I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
we don't come under open space. So for recreation, we can use CPA funds to acquire, to create,
We're
Yeah.
creating.
Mhm.
yep, preserve, and rehabilitate and or restore. So
So create for us.
create. So
Yeah.
so what do we want to use the funds for?
I think infrastructure.
What do you mean by that? Let's get real specific, because they're going to ask me tonight, and I'm going to have to give them some idea of what we're interested in.
Well, I think we need to, prepare the soil and the beds in a way that, people can then do their own beds, but the layout, I guess. you
Yeah.
would say, right?
Right. I mean, I'm just thinking about what community gardens look like, and there's typically a path that is going in between
Yeah.
the little plots. So it would be laying out the garden,
Yeah,
putting in the paths,
Yeah.
any fencing that might be required around the whole
Right.
thing. Um,
and water.
and water. Yep, definitely
access to
water.
water.
Hmm.
Laying out the garden, paths, fencing.
Hmm.
And water, if we have to bring water, like say if it was at town hall, we'd want to have a water line that went under the road or the
Yep.
driveway,
Hmm.
that then you'd have a spigot, a post with water on it on the other side of the road.
Where's the well? Wouldn't have to go under
Oh, maybe we wouldn't.
the well is probably back there.
It might be, yeah.
Hmm.
So are we okay with it being behind town hall, or do we think we have to, we probably would have to go to town meeting to decide where it's gonna be.
Mhm.
You do think so?
I don't know. I mean, it's town property. All of them are town property, but I would imagine that we would have to.
Well, what are other projects that the community preservation money has gone to?
For instance, we restored that building at the cemetery, what's it called? The
Oh, the
carriage
shed
house.
there.
The little carriage house there. We
Yeah.
restored that. We restored the cemetery stones, the markers. We put money into exploring the foundation of Old Town Hall. We've restored the one-room schoolhouses.
Mhm.
Those
I mean, here's something.
are
Shutesbury
the
used,
ones that come to mind right away.
okay. Shutesbury used to be had farms. I mean, we were a farming, people had farms. All the stone walls
Yep.
are indicative of that, right? So in
Mhm.
some ways we're going back to our historical roots of being, by making
Yeah, I think we have to justify that.
you don't think so?
No, all we have to do, I found the form. The form basically has our name, organization, blah, blah, and then it says briefly describe your project's expected results.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty easy.
Mhm.
Briefly describe how your project will meet the eligibility criteria. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because that's what's the use of the funds. And then the signature.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, that's all we really have to do to start, is to
Okay.
tell them what we want to use it for, the money. And I think, do we have to put in a dollar amount? Applicant name, contact phone, no. Oh, amount requested, yep. How much money do we want?
Good question.
So who was going to, was Christine going to check on the cost of fencing? Who was going to check on the cost
Yeah.
of fencing?
It was, and she
He
did go.
was.
Yeah.
Well,
Was?
I'm kind of plotting out at the moment. I just looked up what the average size is of a community garden plot. And it's 300 square feet, which would be 50 by 60 if we actually did that. So that would be 180 by 150. Did we already go through this? I can't remember.
I
No.
think
Plus the, I'm sorry. So plus the distance of a walkway in between. So just add that distance times 2, and that gives us the size of the plot. And then we can think about, so it would be, let's say, 3 feet wide for the pathways between. So that would make it 186 by 156. So the amount of fencing would be 300.
You want fencing between each plot though?
No,
No, just
oh,
around
no,
the
just around the
outside.
outside to keep animals
Right.
out.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
fencing, I mean walkway, pathway.
I think it would probably, the other thing that we might want to put in there, some of them have a place for mulching, but that could be outside the fencing.
Yeah.
But
Um,
but paths in between, in
yeah,
between
we
plots.
could have paths. We could just have 2 paths so that you have 3 beds along one side, then 3 beds, path, 3 beds, path, 3 beds. There's your
Right.
9 beds. And then do some kind of fencing that's easily expandable so that if more people want it, then you just start adding on these 50 by 60 foot
Right.
plots.
Right.
But at a minimum, we would need, I have to now do the math. So at a minimum, we would need, let's see, 156, that would be 312 feet plus 180 times 2, 360. So that's 672, let's call it 700 feet of fencing plus a gate,
Plus the
a little.
posts.
The
Plus
post,
posts.
right, yeah, but the whatever the cost would be to do that, and then plus a door.
So what's an estimate of how much like a fencing?
I don't know. I've never done a fence.
Oh, we've done fences.
Yeah.
What
I
about,
suppose-
like something
Yeah.
like you have?
Yeah. I could ask John what that is, what the
We'll
cost.
Okay.
also need a garden gate
Farmers-
to get in,
Right.
right?
And a little
Farmer
door.
supply.
Yeah.
I could go to Farmer Supply, hold on. Okay, because
How much money does the CPA have? What's their sort of,
we have plenty of money. We have lots of money that we haven't
are you
spent.
talking like $5,000, $500, 25?
About 30, 40,000.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good.
And how many applications do you get in a year?
1, 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And does the
let's-
money roll over? So.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So a
Right.
question that I have, and you all might have a better sense of this than I, is that this is going just on the basis of people who saw that and responded to it, saying that they would want a garden plot. What's the likelihood that there would be additional people? And is there any basis of the percentage of people over replies to this kind of thing that we would get? I mean, does it make sense to set it up initially as 12 plots or 15 plots?
Yeah,
and then,
I think at least 12. I agree.
yeah,
A
okay.
little bigger because
Mhm.
it's okay if, right, if they're,
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
then we get
absolutely.
10 people or something. I don't know. It seems like
Yeah.
12 maybe would be a good number.
Okay.
And it's the kind of thing people will see it and then they'll go, oh, I want one of those. That looks good."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've written to 2 different email addresses. I hope it's 2 different ones at Pelham and haven't gotten a response yet, trying to find out what they did, how they did it. But I'll keep trying them.
Okay, let's see. Home guide pricing, fence costs, here we go. $5 to $25 per foot.
Our size just went up.
So the cheapest fence you can install is a wire fencing at $2 per foot.
And how
Whereas
high is that?
I don't know. I'm just looking at a website. While a 6-foot high wood privacy fence costs $13 to $25 per linear foot. And vinyl fencing 15 to 30 per foot. Okay, so we want wire fencing. So let's just think about fencing at being, like 5, even if it's $5 per linear foot.
Yeah, let's just do an average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Five.
But we don't know, so we could give it a range of $5 to $10 per linear foot.
Mm.
And in this as our estimate, so we're gonna need fencing. We're gonna need how to get the water, and I don't know what that cost would be. We don't know yet.
Right. But let's
So-
estimate it's gonna cost $1,000.
Okay.
Don't
But
you think?
wait, Barbara, you came up with 700 feet. So
Ye-
what should we say now? 1,000 feet? What-
Yeah, I just did the numbers for 12 beds and that's 800 feet. So basically all you're doing is adding about 120 feet on. Because the assumption that I'm making is that the beds will increase this way as opposed to, 2 ways. And so each time we add a bed, we're adding an additional 60 feet. Then the walkways would go between, and I'm going on an assumption of 300 square foot beds as well. So yeah, if we say 1,000 feet, then that would accommodate 15 easily, maybe even 18
Okay.
beds. Mhm.
So $5 to $10 for 1,000 feet, and we're estimating $1,000 for the delivery of water. Is that what?
Yep.
That's easy.
Yeah. So, but we also need money for soil, compost,
Mm.
and for the actual what we're going to put on the paths. What are we going to do on the paths? We're going to put wood chips on the path. We're going
Wood chips.
We got a lot of trees in Shutesbury.
Yeah, and we each happen to have a lot of wood chips.
right now we have a lot of wood chips.
Yeah.
So probably wood chips for the paths.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
But-
that's good.
And we're gonna need money for somebody to get some rototilling or something in there to create,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Well, now, here's a question though. If we do the infrastructure, the paths and the fencing, do we then let people who have the garden plots, they have to remove the topsoil and do,
No, that's too much. That's too much. I think you can get somebody in there to dig it all up. And then you put the fencing in, and then you put the pads in, dig the whole thing up, get it ready.
okay.
Yeah.
But
I
in
think that-
terms of putting in compost and manure and all that, I think that's up to people who have their garden plots. I agree with taking off the topsoil, creating the pathways and stuff, but I don't think we're responsible for creating the quality of the soil.
If we want it to be successful, and we think that there are people who we're going to be teaching how to,
Well, that's true. Well,
How
we could put it in, and if we had to cut something, that's
Mhm.
something we could cut if we had
Yeah.
to.
What shall we estimate for the soil, compost, path materials, all that stuff?
Good question. Let's see.
I would say that's another 1,000.
At
Okay.
least.
what's a truckload of wood chips cost, Barbara?
Oh, all 4 of them. It was $50 it was $200 altogether, and he brought me 4 truckloads.
So it's $50 a truckload. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
How about
and
the
then
rototilling? Does anybody have a sense of that?
I'm wondering if the,
I think we can get that for free.
I don't know that the highway department has that kind of equipment.
Well, we have a rototiller and Steve Sullivan would probably do it if we brought it up to him, like
Okay.
he likes that kind of thing. I think we could find, Wim would do it. I know a lot of people who might come just do the rototilling.
Okay,
We could use our rototiller. I wouldn't, it'd be fine.
okay, all
Okay.
right. So,
That I
So-
don't think will be a big cost, but
and people who sign up for garden plots, those are the ones who will have doing the laying the wood chips on the paths, and they will also be the ones who help put the fencing in.
yes,
And I'm sure that the highway department will help us with that.
yeah.
And Tim knows how to do that for sure.
Right.
And a lot of us know how to do that.
Also, I think putting down underneath the wood chips to put some kind of weed barrier down to,
Okay.
Yep. That would be expensive, I
and
think,
that's
but
expensive, but it's not that much that you'd have to.
yep. Okay. So getting the water, and then will we want hoses?
Yeah, I think we want to have a hose there that can reach, it doesn't have to reach all the way, but you could have, people can bring their own watering cans, or you have,
So wait, this hoses, that's separate from the water?
I'm thinking that the water, what we're talking about when we said water for $1,000 before, was putting underground pipe that would bring the spigot to the beginning of the garden.
right.
Okay. So how much for hoses?
Good question.
Question,
Get a
yeah.
good hose for $100, I think.
One hose is enough?
I think you can have one hose that will go the whole way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So just like $100 for that?
Yeah, put that down. I think that's an estimate, but they're
Right.
not they're not super expensive.
So we have the fencing, the water delivery, the soil compost path materials, the rototilling, which we're saying would be probably donated, and the hoses. So we're up to $7,100 to like $12,100, depending on the cost of the fencing.
Then let's say 15,000
Okay.
is what we want.
That's good.
Yeah, we want $15,000. I mean, that's not unreasonable. And ask them for it. And if they say no, they say no.
Right.
Right.
And we just have to justify it. So I think what I'll do tonight is I'll if there's space in our meeting, I'll broach this, that's what we're coming for, and that we'll be presenting them with a proposal. And if you want, I'll write this up and send it around to all of us, and everybody can edit it.
Sure.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just
So
as a matter of clarification, so there's the two different deadlines. At what point is the breakdown, the budget breakdown required?
The budget breakdown is required in February.
Oh, okay. So great. So we are ahead of the game right now in thinking about this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, way
Good.
ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
And then Elaine, if you think that the town is going to have to approve this.
Oh, I know the town's gonna have to approve it.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking timeline. So if town meeting is in May,
Mhm.
Mm.
if we can all meet in May. And then,
Well, we'll do it the same way we did it last year. We'll
Right,
do
we'll
it.
do it outside.
Mm,
Is that too late to start?
Yeah. The
yeah.
p- What do you think, Elaine? You're the,
No, it's not too late. I mean,
okay,
people will you'll have, if we're all ready to go and we have it all, you know, figured out, then I think that, you know, sure, you won't have a lot of things from seed, but I mean, you can buy starter plants.
okay.
Now, I don't put my starter plants in before Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of getting the town sort of, to like this idea,
Mhm.
is there, do we present sort of our idea maybe to the select board at some time in the winter or the
Oh,
early
yeah,
spring?
yeah,
and-
yeah. What ends up happening is we present it to the Community Preservation Committee and we sell the idea to them. And once the Community Preservation Committee gets sold, then they bring it to the select board and it gets approved to go on the warrant.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure where in the process we determine what plot of land.
Yeah, that was actually my next question is it seems that the where is going to be more problematic than the what.
I don't think any of them are really problematic. The only
Okay.
problematic one is going to be like maybe at the school. That
Oh,
might
okay.
be a bit of a problem to request the school, but behind town hall, yeah, I guess I'll find out, you know, tonight. Luckily, Rita's on the Community Preservation Committee. She's the select board rep on it, and so she'll be there. And she also knows CPC monies very well, so she knows whether this is, you know, appropriate. Which I'm pretty sure
Oh,
reading
yeah,
it.
it was her idea.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll send a quick email to Becky and find out if, you know, how we choose. You know, it's all town property, but choosing the spot. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
most people did not want it behind the fire station because it does have an area that's like a field that kids used to play baseball on it. Remember?
Yeah, we had soccer games there every
Yeah.
Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think they'd want to preserve that as a field, and there isn't, you know, good parking there.
The
And-
concern I have about the town hall, which I like that idea the best, but is that, remember when there was talk about putting the library on the town common?
Mhm.
Just expanding the library really from where it is, and people went into conniptions about taking, you know, property that was in the town, and you know, so I just wonder if they're going to be those nosers out there, you know, who just say
Oh,
no
there's
to everything.
Nosers for anything.
Yeah. But do they have a leg to stand on if you take
We're not
town?
taking. It's the
You
town user.
convert town property from one thing to another, you know.
It's
I
yeah. I don't think
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that the argument against it being at the school is you really don't want to be on the school property when kids are in school.
Mhm.
So, you know, I think that's, yeah, I think town hall is actually probably the best one. 032, we're gonna leave that. Hopefully for a library in the next round. We'll
yeah.
finally get a library out there. Town hall, the only thing is that someday that building is gonna have to be torn down and rebuilt. Who knows when that's gonna be though.
Yeah, we'll be dead and gone by then.
Yeah, that won't be my problem.
Exactly.
So,
Well, and you know what? There's already there's solar panels there. There's the building for the internet, is there. It's sort of like,
we'd go way back though, back.
no, I know,
behind-
but I'm just saying it's already being used in some ways for other sort of resources of the town.
Mhm.
So sort of hard to say you can't do something, You think it would be back far away from the road?
Yeah, we would want it back as far away as possible because, what if we still have to have outdoor town meetings?
Mm.
We still have to have that tent. We're gonna
Yeah.
want to go back behind that.
Well, I think you could, I don't want it to be too far from the road because you got to lug all your stuff there.
We could do a drive. You could make a drive on the side, possibly.
Maybe, yeah. Well, anyway, we can talk about that later where we put it, but
Yeah. I think that's, I don't know. I don't know how we decide that.
Well, one thing would be by the amount of sun. I mean, as just a practical consideration, you all know that area better than I do, but I remember watching the shade come in.
Mhm.
The special town meeting. I mean, another thing which is going to be a plus for it, thinking about both the one up in Northampton and the Pelham one, is they're really very attractive.
yeah.
There's really a way, they're very attractive. It is a plus.
Yeah. I think it might be good to get the town garden committee involved too in making it look nice.
Mm.
They did a really nice job, I think, with what they did in front of the, town public works building or garage. It's not really a building, but that berm there, I thought they did a really nice job with that. And Rita's on that group too. So, getting people to help us make that look good.
Yeah.
They did around town hall too.
Yeah, around town hall too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the library, did they do the planting around the library?
What planting? The one along the wall, the fence?
Well, they redid somebody redid the beds in front of the library.
Oh, in front of the library. I don't know.
They look really nice. So somebody I don't know who that was, but. Okay, was there anything else we need to cover? I can't remember what was on our,
On the agenda, you said to the budget. Did you mean like our budget separate from this issue of the garden?
yes, I guess that was the question. Do we want to put any of our money into this?
How much money do we have?
We get like $1,000, I think. I think we upped it from 800 to 1,000. Somewhere between there. I can't remember exactly, but something in that.
We had things we wanted to do, really recreational things like for families or whatever, but of course everything was stopped by the pandemic. So it's like hard to know, will we be able to do anything going forward?
Let's keep the money for now, and if we have some unforeseen costs, we can use it, and if we don't, we can use it for a celebration.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do outdoor celebration.
Well, it might be nice to even make it so that it was garden related, that we could have seeds for people and they could, be planting and have it just an event.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
So, but
think,
we could, sorry.
should we respond back to Elizabeth about her suggestion, just saying it's too complicated to get involved with the state at this point?
Yeah, maybe you should,
I can send her an email. I'll do that.
you could send her an email and ask her to develop what she has for a vision, because that is a great idea to
Sure.
have DCR working on that and some of that land that's out there that, that be used.
Yeah, that would be great.
Mhm.
I think it would be great too, but it seems at this point,
It's
our
not.
vision. We can't take that on right now.
Mhm.
I mean, does everybody else agree with that?
Yeah, she had described this idea to me like a year ago, and it sounded great, but yeah, it involved talking to the state and yeah, because it's their land. So,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not up to us.
right.
So, but I think it's a great idea. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah,
you
I do
know,
too.
let's see how we go with this little bit
Yeah,
first.
right. Let's take our small steps at a time, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know what happened to Christine. I feel bad, but she really.
Yeah.
I'll let her know what happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel bad that I had neglected to write this meeting down on my calendar, and I double booked, and it was making me wonder, should we have like kind of a regular, would it work to have like a regular once a month, like on the, like we meet the last Thursday at 3 of each month or something, and then we can always
Mm.
change or cancel if we don't need a meeting that month, or
That's
some, would
good.
that make sense? Just kind of have something so I can schedule it and.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
could.
Unfortunately, the last Thursday of November is Thanksgiving.
Do we skip that one? No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The first Thursday of the month.
Well, but
Well, we
that's just,
That's next week
Right.
then.
Oh, well,
Okay.
not next week, but then
Oh, okay. The first.
first Thursday in December.
okay.
We're gonna need
That's good.
something before that because our proposals.
Oh,
due on-
right. Okay.
Oh, right.
Well, how about we meet the third Thursday of November? Does
Okay.
that give us enough time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the 19th.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay, so 3:00, November 19th is the next meeting?
Yep.
Okay.
And at that point, we will fill out in whatever we have to fill out to send to
Mhm.
after Elaine. You can give us a report on what happened at the meeting.
Okay, I'll give you a report and then I'll have the form filled out and I can share my screen and we can just go through the whole thing and you can look at it and you can agree or not, or we can add to it or subtract from it and then send it in.
Okay, that sounds good. And you'll
Great.
get a sense of what's going on at the meeting tonight.
Yep.
Okay, so you can report on that.
Okay,
All right, so the next meeting we'll get we'll fill that out. We'll get your report on what happened and what our next steps are.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
excited that 12 people though signed. That just is amazing to me.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be a virtual newsletter, and so people would just have to click the spot in the newsletter, but it wasn't virtual. They actually had to type in the SurveyMonkey
Uh-huh.
URL, so that was good. And I asked Becky, no, I didn't check. I asked Becky to put it on the town website.
I'll just check right now.
I'm checking right now.
If we get more people than we have plots for, we'll have to have a lottery.
Right.
Or, well, I don't know whether and how the town whether this would be possible or not, but if we have this kind of grid thing with a plan for how it gets expanded,
Uh-huh.
we can just very easily, suppose we started with 15 and then 20 people wanted to do it. It's not that hard to just kind of push out the
Right.
money, and then depending on the space, not that hard to push out the space either.
Yeah.
So we can, kind of come in with, and I think Christine, you were suggesting, possibly 15, which seems to make a lot of sense. We could do that. And then it's just a matter of extending it.
Yeah.
Never put it on the website.
Yeah, the newsletter, of course, is on the website and it's in there. But yeah, I
No,
don't.
Is the newsletter on the website?
It is. Yeah, I just found our thing.
It says, oh, really?
The bottom right-hand corner, it says the most recent issue of our town newsletter. So I clicked on that and scrolled through and found the thing that we put.
Oh, well, gosh, in the top, it has a spring newsletter.
Huh.
Yeah, top, it only has the spring one. I see. Yeah, I had asked her to put it on and she had agreed to. I went to the select board meeting and she had agreed to put it up.
Mm.
That's too bad. Dang. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Okay,
All right, so I'm gonna call this meeting over. What do you say?
Okay,
sounds good.
okay,
Because
Thank you.
Elaine and I have another meeting.
that's right. That's right. I'll set my alarm for that one, so I don't get caught up in the fun of doing math.
Yeah.
2 more today. What are we
Oh,
doing?
that's right, yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
fun.
Whee! Okay, see you
All
later.
right, thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that is exciting.